Is it true? Is it true that you cannot, with 100% certainty, achieve your goals? Welcome back to the show. You know who I am. I'm Heather Chauvet, and this is Mom is in Control. When I started this podcast, of course, it was out of a own personal need that I have or had of trying to feel in control of my life. It started with feeling out of control, not knowing how to understand my son's behavior. I didn't even know that he had anxiety. I didn't know what his anger was trying to tell me. And at this time, I had a degree in child development. I had access to all of the local physicians and pediatricians and psychiatrists and psychologists. And the feedback I was receiving was, you're not alone. This is just a phase. It is what it is. Suck it up. And there was something deep within me that decided that suck it up wasn't good enough. I know parenting is challenging. I know life is challenging, but suck it up and you need to suffer was not going to be my identity. More than that, I could see how I was treating my son. And I thought, if I'm an educated woman who works in mental health and I can't solve this problem, I wonder how many other parents are struggling with the same thing that I am. So that is how Mom is in Control came to be. Because the more women and men, parents in general, caregivers that I was speaking to started telling me, I want to feel in control. I want to feel in control. So as I pull back the layers and I help you guys out and you send me your questions and I respond and I coach you, I've learned a few things along the way. That feeling in control in your life emotionally is work. It doesn't just show up at your doorstep one day, ring your doorbell and say, hey, I'm here, this is easy. It's a mindset, it's a lifestyle, it's a belief system. It takes conscious effort. One thing that I've noticed throughout my years of practice, my own personal practice and coaching and guiding other people is the wide variety and wide range of people who succeed and those who don't. And I always have had this interest in risk and resilience. Why is it that someone can go through great trauma in their life, go to hell and back, and wake up feeling grateful, ease, and contentment? And somebody who's been handed everything doesn't know how to tie their own shoes. And this has actually brought me to a lot of my own self-awareness when it comes to parenting, especially boys. I don't have a girl, so I don't know what that would be like, but I'm a girl and I know what that was like growing up. But I think men today, women, we're very controlling and we need to back off. And I even see it in myself of how I try to overcompensate for my kids because I can do it better, right? That doesn't teach our children anything about emotional responsibility. It doesn't teach our children about anything when it comes to taking care of our own shit. Because what happens is as you grow up as an adult, you have no skills, absolutely no emotional awareness. Yes, your parents may have drilled inside of you, eat your vegetables, drink your water, move, exercise. And even then, I was considered not athletic, therefore I couldn't move my body. I didn't understand how to move or exercise just for fun, for health reasons. It was like if you suck at, running or cross country or you're not good at sports, well, good luck with exercise. Mindfulness. This is where the magic happens. Mindfulness. We need to teach ourselves and our children to take back control of how we want to feel. And that's what I'm dedicating my life to. That's what my work is dedicated to. Helping you help yourself so you can help others. That's it. Helping you help yourself so you can help others. And if you have a child, you help that child. If you don't have children, you help the people that you interact with on a daily basis. And the beauty of this is the mindset of putting yourself first is selfish. I feel guilty for doing XYZ. This is all resistance. All of it. All of it. It's bullshit constructed in your mind. And when you act on it or you don't act on it, you get the reality that you get. I can't, Heather. You don't understand. My family comes from generations of abuse. You don't understand. I just can't make money in my business. You don't understand. My husband won't let me. If you believe you can't, you won't. But if there is 1 ounce, 1% of your being that says I can, you need to listen to that 1% and tell the other 99% of you to fuck off. So today I wanted to talk about self-sabotage and the fear of feeling good. Nobody talks about this. Everyone knows what their goals are. You know what your goals are. Wouldn't it be nice, right? Wouldn't it be nice if, I ask this question a lot, wouldn't it be nice if, tell me what this is. I don't know if I could sleep. I don't know if I wanted to live. I don't know if I made $1 million, if I could travel, if I wasn't stressed, if I didn't worry, if I didn't yell at my kids, if I felt content, if I could smile and I really meant it, if I felt good in my own skin. Wouldn't it be nice if? What often happens when I work with people, pretty quickly actually, is I say, be careful what you wish for because you might actually get it. Because I can cut through the bullshit. There's a lot of bullshit out there. You're spending a lot of money on bullshit. A lot of it. If you went through your Visa statement, if you went through your debit statement, if you tracked your spending line by line, item by item, I guarantee you would be able to cut those expenses by at least 10%. I'm being generous there. For every $100 you spend, you could get rid of $10 of that. There's a lot of bullshit. People won't invest in a gym membership or, I don't know, like a workout video, but they'll buy a $5 coffee a day. Heck, they'll buy multiples and then they'll use the excuse that they don't have money. That is pure bullshit. So the fear of feeling good, this is something that I've actually dealt with in the past and it still creeps up for me once in a while. So this month I've dedicated to doing a consistent eating plan and workout routine. And it's not crazy intense, it's just consistency. And what I find is I've had my, I don't want to say battles, but my journey with eating and working out, just trying to find your way, right? What works for me? What do I love? What don't I love? How is my body responding? We're all unique individuals. So I've tried a lot of things and I'm like, okay, I can go all in, I can do this, but it's all about consistency. It's the mundane day-to-day crap that, isn't always pretty and sexy, but it's the compound effect that one day after another, magic happens, but you got to show up for it. If you don't show up for it, shit is going to hit the fan. So if you say, I'm going to work out really good for a week or eat really well for a week, and then I'm going to fall off for 2 months, and then I'm going to get back on, you have this start-stop mentality, right? So imagine going on a road trip, and if you don't stop, it will take you 2 hours to get there. But you stop at every single stop sign for 5 minutes. How long is that going to take you to get there if there's 50 stop signs and you're stopping for 5 minutes every single time? That's going to add a lot of time to your road trip. It's the same in life, the same with any goal that you want. But the thing is, it's mindset. So when I'm working towards something, I used to be, and I've definitely shifted this mindset, but I'm an ambitious go-getter. That's just my nature. To be honest with you, I wasn't always that way. I used to be the complete opposite, which was like depressed and like, what's the point of living? And then I became ambitious and a go-getter just purely out of survival. When I had my son, when I became a parent at 18, I just made a commitment that I would never, ever, ever, ever become a statistic. And people are like, oh, there's Heather. Oh, this is going to happen. And I had that, I'll show you attitude. So I did it out of survival mode. And then as I got older, it wasn't serving me anymore because it was burning me out. So I had to find I don't like the word balance. I had to find the alignment with my ambition and my goals and the lifestyle and living in alignment with how I wanted to feel. So sometimes I have to scale it back and sometimes I have to push myself, right? Where I'm like, okay, and of course we all have this, our ego and our monkey mind going, you're not doing enough, you're lazy, blah, blah, blah. And I just check myself and go, yeah, I am. Even if I did one thing today towards my goal, that's good enough. Now I'll go sit by the pool for 3 hours and do jack shit and read a book and play with my kids. Or I'll go for a walk with the dog, or I'll do nothing. It's okay, as long as I'm taking little baby micro action steps towards my goal. And then some weeks, sometimes I'm like, hey, it's push season. I just got to push a little bit more. But never, ever, ever will I sacrifice long-term health, meaning if I'm burnt out and I'll say, that's okay. I will never do that, ever, 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 because it almost killed me. So let's talk about the fear of feeling good. I've been consistent with my eating. I've been consistent with my workouts. I feel really fucking good. Sunday was Father's Day. Oh, Lordy. I went to a family member's house, my dad's house, and that is, of course, usually it's with your family that you want to start emotionally eating. And it's easy, right? It's easy to say, hey, this is going to be hard. This is going to be uncomfortable, but I gotta stick to my plan. I can't use this as an excuse and let it take over. So I brought the food that I was going to eat and I ate it. And, I had the beating eyes staring at me. I had the comments. I had the passive aggressiveness and I just dealt with it. And I just sat there and ate my freaking broccoli and was like, yep. And the whole time I was being taught by these beautiful teachers in my life, how bad do you want it, Heather? How bad do you want it? And I sat there with my discomfort and with my fear, the fear of feeling good. Everything that I was afraid of was in my face. Not only, my body didn't physically change that much, but I'm being judged. The fear of feeling good. People will judge you when you feel good. Must be nice. You don't understand how bad it is for me. No, honey. You just don't understand how hard I've worked so that I can get my ass out of bed in the morning and want to live. You got to show up. You're going to be afraid. It's going to feel really good when you take consistent action. And then you're going to be afraid that shit is actually happening for you. And you're going to wonder, when is the rug going to be pulled out from underneath me? Oh my gosh. Understand that fear serves a purpose. Sometimes it's a motivator. Sometimes it gets you off your ass. But it is a survival tactic. It is built in us as human beings for fight or flight response so that we can protect ourselves, so that we can protect our young. Imagine not being afraid and watching your child about to do something that puts them in harm's danger. You're going to scream and grab that child. Yes. Have we kind of overcompensated that? And now a lot of parents are yelling all the time because their body is so stressed out. So they're in fight or flight mode all the time. Yes, 110%, and we got to work on that. Fear serves a purpose. We got to manage it. We got to feel in control of our fear. And in order to do that, you need to know what it is. You need to be aware of it. You need to have this self-awareness and say, hey, not today. You're not running the show today. I'm going to put one step in front of the other. So I'm here to tell you that, 1, I'm not perfect. 2, fear enters my life often. 3, the fear of feeling good has come up for me. But what's the option? The fear of feeling like shit? Well, that's comfortable for me. I know what that feels like. A lot of us know what it feels like to feel like shit. We've been there. That's why you're listening to this. Imagine the opposite coming in your life when you feel good most of the time. And on those bad days, you're like, this too shall pass. Look at your fear and say, yeah, come on in. You don't scare me. I'm not terrified of you anymore. You can co-create this life with me. I don't need to wait until you're gone. So take your action and make shit happen. And for those of you, because summer is coming or it's already here, your kids might be out of school, mine aren't yet. Where I am in Ontario, our kids go to school until the end of June and then go back in September. So I'm opening a summer session of Teach Your Kid to Meditate. And I've changed things up a little bit, actually a lot. I've incorporated more education for you as the parent to help you get your shit together. So this is a great introduction to my mastery program, but it's all action oriented. There's little blips of teaching you. So the videos are going to be about 10 to 15 minutes, and it's a 4-week process. So you're going to get some additional bonuses. You're going to be getting weekly live Q&A with me. So I'm doing this live round starting in July. So the first module is going to go out the first week of July. So I think that's the long weekend for the Americans and for us too, but it's DIY. So go at your own pace. And then I have 2 weekly group Q&As with me. So I'm going to have like a morning and an evening to accommodate the time zone difference. And that's going to be every week for the whole month of July. So you guys are going to get lots of Q&A with me. We have a private Facebook group. I have added 2 additional bonuses in there for you. You're getting over like $500 just of added bonuses plus the Q&A with me, which I will not be including this in the next round. So this is live. It's starting in July, and then after that, there's no live with me for a while. So if you guys are interested, head on over to teachyourkidtomeditate.com/program. Purchase the program, and we'll see you on the other side. All right, guys, remember, your life is yours. You can create it as you totally desire, but in order to do that, you got to show up and take back control.